Classic sports car races attract huge crowds and drivers from every background. Among the 61-car field at January's 24 Hours of Daytona were stars from the world of Formula 1 and legends of IndyCar.
Everybody's excited, everybody's ready to go back to their normal racing. And when you're talking about the 24 hours, you actually reunited all these amazing competitors, drivers, and different categories together. So we're excited, we're happy to be defending the big win. Now we gotta get ready because it's gonna be a long day.
It's always great to kick off the season one with the Daytona 24-hour, but I think more importantly now with the new category, GTP, LMDH, Hypercar, but I think excited for just the evolution of what sports car has to come, and all the manufacturers that are involved is going to be pretty special.
I think it's really become a tradition and everybody really enjoys it. There's quite a nice watch to win, and it's an historical race to put on your resume, so there's only really positives about it. Plus, you get to do a lot of miles if you go to the end, so it's pretty good.
IMSA's new GTP class, the Grand Touring Prototypes, made its debut at the North American Classic, attracting single-seater stars past and present.
I joined endurance racing back in 2012, so I'm definitely not one of the new ones entering, but right now we're going into a pretty special area with the launch of GTP and Hypercar in Europe, with the two classes merging. It's the most hype and excitement I've seen all my years coming to Daytona, and I think that's a good place to be.
Focusing less on the pure speed of F1 and IndyCar, races like the Rolex 24 emphasise strategy, reliability and endurance, pushing even veterans to the limit.
Well, I tell you what, first of all, it's 24 hours, so compared to any other races, there's a lot more chances that something's going to go wrong. 60 plus cars on the track, different classes, constantly having to judge, very high speed differences, delta between cars. It's extremely difficult, but also very rewarding when things go well, and that's why we keep coming back.
Technology in endurance racing moves quickly, and when open-wheel races arrive in the sports car paddock, they must adapt fast.
I think it's made me a much better driver to be able to adapt to different conditions, different cars, in a very few amount of laps. So to me, I've always done the gymnastics, like jumping from GTs to prototypes to open wheels to this and that and the other. And now obviously the IndyCar career has kind of run its end, and really couldn't be any happier in my life.
I love coming back and having a chance to try these amazing cars. We're at the beginning of a brand new era of cars. The hybrid system and the high technology that we have in those cars is phenomenal. It's quite different to the Indy cars, and I'm glad I can keep my mind fresh on other things.
If we compare open wheel like Formula 1 or the new GTP or Hypercar, I think the basics are pretty similar. Both cars are high in technology, a lot of tools at the disposal from the steering wheel. There's a bit more of risk management. Not that we're pushing flat out, but there's traffic to deal with. Getting through them in a safe way, you got to work well together and have a good atmosphere and put the ego to one side. That's a major difference for me. Yeah.
Whatever your background in racing, piloting a sophisticated sports prototype for the first time is a testing business.
Probably the most challenging part as a driver is just keeping up with the change. It's such a different thing now, especially with this car. It's got a lot less downforce now. The tires are a little more for the endurance side of things. They last longer, so they don't have the peak performance that they used to, maybe in some areas. And then the weight. The car is heavy now with hybrid.
There's so many things you can do on the steering wheel in the sports car right now that you need to know the car very well and the systems, how it all works. So it takes a lot of study, a lot of understanding, and ability to reset your driving. It's a different approach, and it's not easy, it really isn't. You may have a big name, doesn't mean that things are going to be easy for you coming in.
The Rolex 24 at Daytona is one of the marquee events on the sports car calendar, and this season's race saw Meyer-Shank Racing's IndyCar stars taking victory.
Everyone did an amazing job. Meyer-Shank Racing, not only from the sports car program, the IndyCar program, everybody worked so hard together, and I can't thank enough. Obviously, I want to thank my wife. She's not here, but we got it. Woohoo! Another one! I can't believe it. This is absolutely a dream come true.